This is going to blow your mind. Are you ready? Are we live, darling? Yes, we are. Welcome in to all my beautifuls. Today we're going to be talking about Nancy Guthrie, but also a lot about Savannah Guthrie. Now, I don't know if you're new, but if you are, I'm going to try to catch you up. But at the same time, I have a great deal of more information. Been to all my beautifuls today. I always have to forget at least once in a while. Prove we're live, right? And in this, Savannah was losing, in the process of losing, the week before Nancy went missing, her $8 million a year job, according to what the newspapers and the media were reporting at that time. As late as February 2nd. See, what happened, you guys, was that Savannah had to have throat surgery. And so she was, taking leave at the end of December and going to have her throat surgery in early January of this year, 2026, just 3 weeks before her mother went missing. And so she took time off. And in her absence, the Nelson rating and other rating systems for the TV networks, they're very conscientious of every single .001 climb or drop. They watch those ratings really closely. So Savannah takes time off. Now, she's the highest paid there. She's the center of attention. And she takes time off to have this throat surgery. When factually, the ratings start climbing in her absence. Half a point, a full point, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12 full percent. So you and I both know, and so does the rest of the world, that this is a tower moment. Why are ratings climbing so high when she's not present? Well, the co-host was doing a damn good job. So allegedly, NBC allegedly was questioning and had a choice between the co-host and Savannah. And they kind of were like, rumor has it, according to social media and so forth, and the articles that I have, they were like, I think we're going to give the Olympic job over to the co-host, the new one, because the ratings are higher, and we'll give your throat more of a chance to heal. So not only was this causing a hiccup for the network to be like, oh, holy crap. But, there was notably, according to a source that was on the set, Savannah was looking at the ratings all the time like it was her full-time job and frantic because she felt she was being forgotten. And at this time, she didn't have a voice. So she was freaking the fudge out. She wasn't getting the attention that is required for ratings to soar. $8 million is what she has been reported by these media sources. I'm about to show you everything. So I've showed you the facial mapping of her. I've showed you the lips, I've showed you the eyes, I've showed you how the whole face matches, the ears line up. I don't know if it's her or not. I'm not saying it's her. I'm just showing you. We've showed everybody from Annie Tommaso. We did Derek Kalila. We did Kayla Day. We did Luke Daly. Yes, we've done Annie because a lot of you keep saying, do Annie. We did Annie. We've done everybody. And I was reluctant and even kind of half-heartedly comparing Savannah because I wasn't really thinking that was a thing. So for me, I have questions like, how is it possible that she is her stuff is aligning with the character. So I'm like, well, how about her walk? Does she walk like the perp? And today we're going to deep dive into it. And once you're done today, if you stay to the end, you will not be able to go back. You will have this information. You will be able to discern what you believe to be true on your own. You don't need anybody influencing your opinion, not me, not nobody. You decide on your own what you think, all right? So, that being said, welcome into my live audience. Hello, my lovelies. Nick UK, Snacker Girl. Hello, Snacker Girl. Danielle, Carla Burgeon, Zozo, Dalium. So we got this taken care of about how the tattoo on the wrist. All right. We can deep dive into that at another time. However, the only one that looks like a tattoo is on Nancy Grace, where they've used AI. The original Fed one, it's just very dark there and appears to be a bracelet. It could be a fold in the glove. It could be anything. But it does look like a bracelet to me. But in the actual original, I've looked at it, and we can do that a different day. Or it could have been a fake tattoo. I mean, the person may have on a little fake mustache and a little fake goatee and think, go ahead, put a tattoo on my wrist. And so you do the little fake tattoo, right? They're dressing up like a guy anyway, maybe. They're wearing layers, so they're in disguise. So I don't know how hard it is for us to get past a Superman syndrome where you think it's only Kent Clark, okay? When he puts a Superman outfit on, takes his glasses off, he's still Kent Clark. When he's in Kent Clark's clothes, he's still Superman. So maybe let go of these little tiny details where it could very easily be faked. And just let's look at what is here and see what you think then. Welcome back, Jennyville. Jennifer Swain says, Danielle, she still has her job. Game show is debuting in 2027. We're going to talk about that. Weird wig. I'm not going anywhere. Okay. Welcome to my live audience that chooses not to be in chat. I love you guys, sprinkling you with lots of love. And thank you to my absolutely amazing replay crew. Everybody. We're going to be using the goat today. Now, this is our mascot. We do this. It's the screaming goat. If you want one, just go to 1111dex.com where you can pick up your own screaming goat so you can use it on telemarketers. You can use it to let go frustration. You can scream out red flags, or you can just scream with me when you feel like it. Thank you for hitting like right away. And are you ready, you guys? I'm here till the end, says Jan Funk. All right, with that, let's just head over. So, yes, it's true. According to everything I'm reading, and I got 5 sources that reported and were like starting the tsunami of information about Savannah was losing her job, her $8 million job. Not only that, but there was source was being interviewed and telling media that everybody that worked with Savannah, all the co-workers, were feeling lighthearted and a release of tension. Things felt more natural. There wasn't so much one person trying to control the whole thing anymore. So everything improved according to this source that's being reported by this source. All right, let's get into this. I find it interesting that even though this whole thing happened with Nancy Guthrie, unfortunately, right? That when Savannah did decide to return, I got to use my lotion, Jersey Girls, again, in my shop. The ratings didn't do what they expected. They were short-lived, and they were far less of a result of there wasn't that much of a rise, 2%, when Savannah returned back to work after her mother was reported missing. And do you know, she keeps popping off here in the middle of the day with no excuse, just right in the middle of the segment, poof, Savannah's gone. And then all of a sudden, the media's like, oh, why'd Savannah leave? Why'd Savannah leave? Is she living vicariously through this idea that we care about where she goes or what she does? Because really, she needs to get it through her head. We only really want to know about Nancy. I'm just saying. I'm putting my lotion on, y'all. And then we're going to dig into it. Oh, my lotion's gone. It can't be gone. I'll have to get more. I got some. Thank gosh. But my point being that when we ask the question, you guys, you have to ask the question. Everybody's like, follow the money, follow the money. $8 million loss is a huge amount of money per year. $8 million a year. And it was going away the week before Nancy Guthrie came up missing. Now, I also have for you a dispatch call about that 84-year-old woman, cardiac arrest, pacemaker, being flighted. We've got it. Finally. I found it last night accidentally. All right, we're getting into it. Here we go. So, yes, she's got this new gig. She's going to go from the Today Show, and she's going to, maybe she's going to stay part-time on Today. Maybe she'll stay full-time. But she's also going to have a new word show called Wordle that she hosts.
Let's try Abby. You guys agree, Abby?
Oh, I think it's really allowed.
Okay, you get it. It's a word show.
Jimmy found that. You celebrate that much for getting it
I
in
know,
five?
I really was too excited about that.
Jimmy, you're here with us this morning. Do you have any idea why we just showed that clip?
This is very exciting. I have a big announcement to make. We've been developing Wordle as a game show for the past 2.5 years with the New York Times, and it's official. We are making Wordle game show with our host, Savannah Guthrie. Come on, Savannah!
Oh my gosh!
We can tell everybody.
I know we've been holding this secret between us for like a long time now.
Yes.
And we're going to make Wordle a game show.
I'm so...
Well, if you listen all the way down to the end, she says that it was the second week of February that it actually, they found out that the show was going to be accepted, aired. The second week of February. So that's not a long time, is it? The timing's so weird. What, did NBC go, man, Savannah, you're gonna have to do something else. Well, we can get you over here. Come do a talk show. No, you don't want to do a talk show. You've done that. Go over here and how about a word game? You know, do something for you and your kids. We'll pay you, but not Today's Show. You're taking it down too many notches. We can't afford the ratings. So work with Jimmy Fallon. You know, it's a youthful thing. You know, because you're boring the shit out of everybody on the Today Show, and you're too controlling. Did they say that? I don't know. Make you wonder though. Robin says she looks very happy even though her mommy's missing. I don't even know how she does that. Yeah, Samantha, you think that it's to get her ratings up? Right. Let's talk about that. So, this is what was going on. We can't look at the situation with Nancy Guthrie and go, oh my gosh, an 84-year-old woman got taken out of her bed, so let's go from here forward. We have to go backward. We have to look and see what information there was available to see what was going on the weeks prior to Nancy Guthrie going missing. And so that's what we're doing. So this is from January 27th, 2026. And it says Savannah Guthrie fighting to save her job after Today ratings soared while she was on leave, right? And right here, Today host Savannah Guthrie is in panic mode after the show's ratings soared since she took time off for her vocal cord surgery. During that period, the final week of December 25th and the first week of 2026, Today had a 12% more viewers compared to the previous year, even beat ABC rival Good Morning America with 2.86 million people tuning in, according to the Nelson rating. Savannah's panicking, and for a very good reason. She's fighting to save her job, quotes an insider telling the National Enquirer. Quote, of course, she's aware the ratings have shot up since she's been on leave, and that looks very bad. However, she may try to spin it. Since the veteran anchor announced December 19th that she had to take time off to have the nodules and polyps surgically removed from her vocal cords, Chanel Jones has been filling in for her in Studio 1A along with co-anchor Craig Melvin. Show staffers, okay, the co-workers, say they feel the atmosphere on set has improved markedly in Guthrie's absence. There's less tension, and the co-host interactions feel more natural, with the conversation less stilted. Viewers are clearly enjoying the more relaxed, convivial ambience. According to an insider, an alarmed Guthrie, who's been co-anchoring the show since 2012, has been pushing her doctors to allow her to get back to work. Doggone it. Right in the middle. Hold on. As soon as possible. She's also desperate. Oh my gosh. She's also desperate to be better in time to host NBC's coverage of the Winter Olympics, which starts February 6th in Italy. Look at this. The kids, her children. She holds up a sign. This is what she's showing America. Mom, even when you're quiet, you're still loud. Quote, Savannah is a realist, and at the end of the day, she knows ratings count for everything, and it's not a popularity contest, but a business. She's been dealing with that pressure from the get-go. Everyone at the show is glued to ratings, and they're always under colossal scrutiny. Guthrie reportedly earns $8 million a year, making her paycheck one of the show's biggest, and she knows she needs to justify that outlay to her bosses. Quote, when she comes back on the air, the spotlight and pressure will be on her. Big time, says a source. She knows she's fighting to save her job. Are you kidding? In it, Divine says, how can someone who has a record be elementary school teacher and knows involved? I don't know. I don't know what that meant. Savannah has been on today's show too long, needs to move on to something else. Thank you, Carol, for your opinion. Hello, peeps. It's all about to hit the fan. We're going to keep going. Oh, what number? Spunky girl. If Savannah's found out and this is the truth, her career's done. All right, let's continue. This is a different article. This one was the week before that, January 20th, 2026. Today, co-host Savannah Guthrie panicking as show ratings surged during her medical leave, and now she's pushing doctors to get her back to work. Savannah Guthrie is rushing back to work from vocal cord surgery after ratings surged, while the Today co-host has been off the air and unable to speak. RadarOnline.com can reveal. The longtime NBC personality has been away for more than a month recovering, with Chanel Jones taking over as Craig Melvin's co-host on the first 2 key hours of the morning show. Now, this is a quote, now Guthrie is in mad panic over how Today has drawn more viewers since she's been gone. In full panic. Savannah Guthrie is rushing back to work from vocal cord surgery after ratings surged, while the Today co-host has been off the air and unable to speak. A longtime NBC personality has been away for more than a month recovering. We read all that. Okay, let's see. Yeah, same thing. We got the 12% increase. Today even beat out Good Morning. Savannah is trying to laugh it off publicly, but privately she's completely shaken. A show source, dished. Quote, seeing the ratings tick up without her hit a nerve she didn't even know she had. She keeps asking, is this a fluke? But no one's giving her a straight answer, which makes it worse. The insider blabbed. Feeling blindsided. Let's get into that. Guthrie got the top spot on Today after Ann Curie was let go in 2012. She managed to weather the Matt Lowry and his subsequent scandal in 2017 and soldiered on with new co-host Coda Koppel? I can't say the last name. Until her retirement in January of 2025. Savannah always believed... Whose retirement? Hoda's retiring? Are you kidding? Savannah always believed she was the glue holding the show together. The numbers going up while she's gone have seriously rattled that belief. She feels blindsided, the source revealed. Let me see, was there any more to that? Just let me make sure I don't... Okay, that was it on that. How are you guys feeling? Joan says, Mama D, I watch all the popular crime shows, and you are the only one who, in my opinion, have cracked this case. Thank you. You should get the reward. Do you think Savannah will cough it up? No, I'm actually more worried about myself. Like I want to tell you now, I'm a very, very spiritual person. It is against my morals to do any self-harm. I absolutely love my life, my children, and would never do anything. So if anything happens to me, it's foul play, and you need to get it figured out because I am nervous. We're talking about a husband that worked for the Clintons that is a scrubber. We're talking about somebody that has a lot of money. So I've gone too far to back off. But at the same time, I got to get it out there. Maybe this is my life mission. I don't know. Just saying. All right. Another article. Are you ready? Bet Nanos is shaking in his boot. Message. I don't know, sweetie. You can talk and comment. Y'all don't need to email me like that. Email me if you have a lead. Email me if you have a link that of something I need to see and give me a timestamp. But please, please keep in mind, I actually have dyslexia. I cannot read real good. It gives me a migraine. And a lot of you will type a short paragraph that I can understand is direct and to the point. And I'm so grateful because I can't physically comprehend paragraphs with no punctuation, no breaks, sometimes all caps. So remember, that's what our comments are for. That way everybody can respond to you, not just me. Okay? I just don't want anybody to take offense if I don't read a really long novel, right, in my email. Report Savannah Guthrie in panic mode as Today ratings rise during her absence. Let's see this one. 3 months ago it says, so let's click that. Did it say when? January 24th, 2026. Okay. Let's get into it. Okay, so this was weird the way they did it. I'm going to make it bigger for you. I had to do it this way to be able to get what they were saying. It was an article. Shocking new figures revealed Today won 12% more viewers for the week covering the end of December and beginning of January, while Savannah Guthrie was absent compared to the same 7 days 12 months prior. Some 2.86 million people tuned in, according to Nielsen ratings, capturing the top spot for Today over ABC's Good Morning America. Quote, Savannah is trying to laugh it off publicly, but privately, she's completely shaken, a source close to the show revealed. Seeing the ratings tick up without her hit a nerve she didn't even know she had. She keeps asking, is this a fluke? But no one will give her a straight answer, which is making it worse. Savannah always believed she was the glue holding the show together. Are you feeling me, you guys? It's the same information over and over by all the places. Here's new information according to this article. Quote, she assumed viewers would miss her instantly, so the ratings bump feels personal. She's questioning whether the audience has quietly moved on. Responding to the Daily Mail's request for comment, NBC said, quote, season to date, today is posting its best ratings in 14 years. Savannah Guthrie has been at the helm of the show for almost that entire time. And she is one of the keys to the ratings success. Now keep in mind, the ratings success is without Savannah present. So out of 14 years, Savannah takes these 3 weeks off before Nancy goes missing. And the first time in 14 years, their ratings are the most successful they've ever been. And then Nancy goes missing. What are you thinking? Kelly Simon says, I just watched a video of Savannah getting called out by Tommaso. Savannah is the mastermind who all money paid off helpers. Interesting. Deborah Lewis, Mama D, in my opinion, I feel Nancy will be found after Nanos leaves office. Hopefully tomorrow will be the last day in office. Thank you. Zoe says, where are you, Zoe? Yes, if you have information that you feel is pertinent to share with everyone, like you have something that I can put on my program here and share with everybody, I absolutely appreciate that so much. Thank you, Carla. You say Mama D is covered in the blood of Jesus Christ, and she is one of God's favorites. I appreciate that. I appreciate all the prayers of protection. The more that you pray of protection, the safer I feel, because God is my Savior, and I know He will protect me. Nanette says, Dragonfly, I'm originally from Eaton Rapids, Michigan. Hey, Jacqueline. Hello, lovely. This goes on to say, how are we doing on time? We got to speed up. She's refreshing the rating reports like it's her full-time job right now. It's consuming her, the source said. She's hyper aware now of every on-air decision, every co-host moment. It's like she's watching the show from the outside for the first time. Her biggest fear is that this changes how NBC sees her leverage. The thought alone is keeping her up at night. Remember, she wakes up every night. Every night. Okay. Let's see what else we have. Do you want to do another one? Medical, today's ratings boom. Without Savannah Guthrie has the star in panic mode, desperate to reclaim her $8 million a year anchor throne before the Olympic spotlight hits. All right, let's just look. 12%. Shania Jones stepping in alongside Craig Melvin. The set is lighter. The banter is freer. The whole vibe feels more convenient. Talking about it being a cutthroat world. Of course, she's aware the ratings have shot up since she's been on leave, and that's a very bad look. However, she may try to spin it. Every uptick without her feels like a threat. Right here, Guthrie, who earns a reported $8 million a year, has been fixture since 2012, surviving Matt Lowry scandal, Huda retirement in January of 2025. But with her salary, one of NBC's heftiest line items, every uptick without her feels like a threat. The pressure is personal too, as a mother of two. Guthrie has balanced grueling hours with family life, often sharing glimpses of her job lot. Mom, even when you're quiet, you're still loud. See, the kid said that. She faces the fear that her absence has made colleagues shine brighter. The bosses take note. She's in look at this. Savannah Guthrie in panic mode as Olympics deadline looms. I told you. Urgency is mounting with NBC coverage of the Milan Cortina Winter Olympics kicking off on February 6th in Italy, where Guthrie is slated to co-host the opening ceremony along Terry Gannon and Shaun White. She's desperate to prove her voice and her value, in time pushing the doctors for all clear despite the fragile recovery. Behind the glamour, morning shows are brutal pressure cookers. Hosts like Guthrie live and die by the numbers under colossal scrutiny week in and week out. Her return has been met with warm welcomes. She felt blindsided. Da-da-da-da-da. You get it. Listen.
A white female, 84 years of age, 5'2" medium build, powder blue. Nancy has high blood pressure, pacemaker, and cardiac issues. A white female, 84 years of age, 5'2" medium build, powder blue. Nancy has high blood pressure, pacemaker, and cardiac issues. A white female, 84 years of age, 5'2" medium build, powder blue. Nancy has high blood pressure, pacemaker, and cardiac issues. A white female, 84 years of age, 5'2" medium build, powder blue. Nancy.
How tall is Nancy? Is she about 5'2"? We got an 84-year-old woman in cardiac arrest with a pacemaker. This is February 4th, allegedly. Cardiac arrest, 84-year-old white woman with a pacemaker. Cardiac arrest, dispatch. You wonder if that was Nancy screaming out of the car? This train of thought makes no sense. Savannah's husband is worth millions and she has 40 million. She's not freaking out about her job. Baloney. Everybody was saying she was. Everybody was saying she was. Sometimes it's not about the money. Sometimes it's about the ego. It makes total sense, says Renee Marie. And I agree with this message. Thank you, dear. Midnight Moon. I'm not saying that she did anything. I don't think Savannah hurt her mother. I'm wondering if this is a publicity stunt. Did they relocate Nancy out on gurneys out the back door? How do we know that she wasn't coming into the house and she started bleeding and coughing, and so she led that into the house, and then maybe she was taken out the back on a gurney by medical staff, and then somebody, maybe, possibly, could it have happened that this was twisted and put a spin on it to make it a publicity stunt? Is it possible that the 84-year-old woman that we just heard about, that's 5'2", that had a pacemaker and that was in cardiac arrest, could have been Nancy being transported and passed away on the 4th of February? Nanette says, in your opinion, she is freaking out and she aged like 10 years. Carmen says, it's sad all the way around. The devil has a place for people like her, if this is true. I'm just saying. All right. So things are back now. Look. We're up 2%. We're up 6% for total viewers since Savannah got back. So they're still down 6, really, because they were up 12. But now they're only up 6. So they lost 6. They're aware of that. That could be why we now have the game show. Okay. Here we go. We have the lips right here. Let's shrink it down. Of the porch perp. A lot of you are like, how'd you get that? So when he's moving, before he goes gets the flowers, he steps onto the thing. He puts his lips together and he's not showing the bite light as he kind of skulks into view to go towards the camera. He has nothing. You can see his mouth. You can see his eyes. That's where this came from. But as you can see here, this looks like a very fake mustache. It looks like a very fake mustache to me. Look at this. It's almost solid black. It just looks ridiculously fake. So let's look and see what happens. Whoops. Let me get that off there. Where did it go? Well, the whole thing is gone. You guys, the whole thing I was using to compare is gone. I don't know where it is. Remember, we were doing the lips. Let me go see if I have it saved somewhere else. I do. Okay, we'll take it from here. Let me move this up. That's weird, right? Just disappeared. Let's take these lines off. That's just where I drew the lips. If we lay these lips over, I want you to think about if you feel they match. Again, if they don't match, give me a 0. If they match a little bit, give me a 1. If you feel they match 100%, give me a 10, and in between, right? So we're taking these lips and we're walking them down, and I'm not going to go into great detail. You can go watch the whole video about how is it possible and see it. Okay, we're going to do it all the way back up from the perp lips. There's all the perp lips, right? And now we're up to this person's. So we have a 10. 33 for you, Lynn. You mean on likes, right? There better be more than 33 likes on this. 10 for Bear Pantry, 10 for Deborah, 10 for Carla. The eyes look more like a woman. We'll get into it. All right, we're moving along. A 5 for Carol, 10 for Jan, Nanette 10, JC, 202. Thank you. Janeville 10, Antoinette 10, Mona 10, Stephanie 10, Jennifer Swain 10, and ABC Annans. She go to another job, says Suzanne. Okay, lips match. Okay, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. All right, next, eyes. I told you we got to keep going. So right now we're looking at the perp's eyes, right? Let's walk the walk. Like I said, how is it possible is the video that I go in depth and you can walk it all in depth. I'm just showing you so that you understand why I am so suspicious. Now let me know. I'm not saying that this is Savannah. I'm asking, does she match? I'm just going back and forth. Okay, we've got 10, 10, 9, 10. You wish you could like twice. Thank you, the Bear Pantry. Your hair looks cute today. Thanks. I appreciate that, Sculpey. JC. I'm late to the show, says Sculpey. Good to see you, lovely. A 10. All right, so you guys get the eyes. All right, let's go to the next thing. So, we gotta shrink it down a little bit. We gotta line everything up. So, I took her eyes and I blacked her face out, and I drew around the edges of her actual face. I also drew around her ears. I drew a line that was straight across for her eyes. I drew a line that was straight across from the bottom of her ears, top of her lip, the bottom of her lip, and you can see this goes down to the chin. Okay? Now, let's walk it. We're going to go back down. I even put a line down the middle of her face. I outlined her mouth too. Just so happened she likes to talk a lot, and I got this picture in the middle of one of her videos, and it was as if she was posing with the bite light. So tell me what you think. Do you think this matches or not? Now you can see how the head would fit into the mask. JC's wonder where SG will work next. Linda Beatty a 10. Jackie a 10. Stephanie you other 10. Julie Leiter a 10. Cat Lady a 10. Can you see the nostrils? Maybe can also be matched. We can do that another day. We can definitely do that another day. Let's go ahead. Duplicate this. We're going to take all the lines off. I have to show you how she walks too. You are going to love that. Let's take off the mouth. Let's take off the line up there. Now let's walk it again. Like I said, my other video, you can see how I outlined her face, right? And that's how it fits inside there. And what's interesting is if you take off this ear for a minute that I drew, the ear is still there, right? It's still there, right there in the mask. So that's where the person's ear actually is. And if you come over here, you can also see that the ear is actually there, right there. Okay? All right, are you ready? Let's do the walk. Pay close attention to this. I stayed up till 4 o'clock this morning and I made you 2 videos, and this is going to blow your mind. Here we go. Perp versus Savannah. Now, I left Savannah walking, and I just kept lining up the perp's walk and let her continue the whole walk. Now, we're going to talk about it. So just watch it first. Okay. There's a lot more of it, but I'll let you watch it all the way through the first time. Now, let's start back over. What I want you to pay attention to is the long strides that she throws that front leg forward. Next. One of the things that the perp did was he walked very strangely. He didn't keep his feet in front of each other like this, walking forward. No, he actually walked in a feminine style that models and high-class ladies that have been trained in etiquette walk. And what do I mean by that? I mean, as a model walks, they have one line in front of them. It gives a lady this elegant look, like she's in control. And so what they do is they have to keep their feet in line with that line. And it gives them that curve. And that is something that they just start doing naturally as they walk, as they mature. Somebody that's been possibly in the limelight knows and is aware of how it helps. Now, Savannah's step is a lot different than women that are shorter. She's got a gait that kicks out that foot like a male. I'm just saying, she puts that foot forward straight hard. What am I talking about? That says, wow, 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 a female gait, yeah. Where you put that foot in front of the other so you get that sexy hourglass walk. Well, here we go. We're gonna take it step by step now. All right. So at first, we've got Savannah. Look at that footing. She crosses in front of her other foot. And she puts the outside edge of her foot down first and rolls into it. And if you look, that's what you have over here is you have, let's back it up. You have, let's grab a shot of this because otherwise if I try to do it on video, it'll make the video move. Let me show you this. We'll get back into the video in a minute. What I'm talking about is right here. See the alignment if I drew a line? That foot is being placed right in front of the back leg. This is how Savannah does as well. She places that foot in a very refined, like she's following a forward line. All right? Yep, says Danielle. Looking like she's toe outward. Even it backed up the seam. Okay, so you get where I'm coming from. Let me get this all off the board. and we'll continue with the video. All right, so here we go. See that step she took? And then watch that perp. I'm going backward and forward, right? See? Okay, now, right there. She puts that toe up high because she has almost broke that ankle before. Look at how high that perp puts that toe in the air. So Savannah, in 2016, she had a sprain so bad on her ankle that it was as close to broke as you could get. And she had to wear a boot, right? A medical boot for a long time in 2016. And she tripped and almost broke her ankle. And so I believe that that's why we have this huge toe up right here. And if you notice, so does this perp. I'm not saying it's her. I'm saying there's similarities here to question. All right, Savannah continuing to walk. We'll go ahead. Look at that stride. Do you see her stride? Look at that leg. She puts it out there because she's tall. Now watch that foot. Watch that foot walk. Again, it matches that same placement of the foot. Now we'll bring it up. That long stride with that right leg. Let that long stride. She puts it out there straight, right? Okay. Now she's crossing that foot over her other foot because she's turning. So right here, he's turning at the same time. And look at that placement. And think of the build. This person is very thin, actually, with multiple layers. They don't have a belly. They're flat-chested, right? Would a female put that little package in front there by, you know what I'm saying? Okay, let's continue here. Let's get her over here. And look at that. Watch that leg come out. Look how far out she reaches. And she's wearing cowboy boots, so she's not afraid to mix up the footwear here. Okay, now I'm going to let it just play. I'm not going to drag it. We'll watch it one more time. You let me know what you think. Holy crap, Mama D says, Daniel, I got here, says Donna. Are you saying that you think this is Savannah? No, I'm asking you if you think it's Savannah. In my opinion, like a model on a runway. Right, Deborah? Stephanie says, too many similarities not to be her, in my opinion. In your opinion, right? It's frustrating. She could have wore Tommaso's pants with sweats underneath and a pullover under jacket to make her look like a guy. Exactly. Clad says, in my opinion, it's tomato. OMG, says J.E. Girl. I went back to replay, says Scopy. Wow, says Dolly. If this is her, she truly has many layers on, in my opinion. I wish I could see her arm swing motion. I have another video I did too. Looks similar. All right. Now, what I did is I recorded Savannah in her normal movement at the Today Show. And I just want you to look at this video and tell me what you think. Like, look at this person. They're flat-chested. She's actually very wide-hipped, if you look. She's tiny on top, flat up here, like flat as a board. You can see that this person doesn't fill out their arm. So you can see it crumpled right here. You can see how the jacket crumples here. It's because it's too big for this person. You can also see that this person has much thinner arm than the jacket itself, right? And Savannah does have thin arms. Oh, wow, the walk, says Sculpey. Carla says 100, Mama D. Length of arms, yeah. Okay, so I wanted you to look at this. Could you see this, right? If we were to draw on her a coat, right? Let's do it. So she's got this, and then we'll just make it come like this. And then she's got these legs, man. They're not thin, right? Her legs are not thin. Her hips are not thin. And to me, if she was in a couple pair of jeans, she could definitely be in disguise. That's just my opinion. But I want to know what your opinion is. Let's take this all off. Okay, let's watch this video. I'll let y'all watch it all the way through. So right here, I'm just showing you her build. Now look at the way he hunches over. And Savannah has to make a step over something, just like he had to step up on the porch. And he ducks a little bit weird, right? Let's go back and watch that one more time. See that? See how she has to make a step over something? And she just naturally skulks? Look at her skulk like him. Isn't that weird? Look, steps over that, just like he's stepping over that step. And she skulks. She's a skulker. Yeah, nobody knows if she was in town. She said she took the kids to Carson's. Where'd she go? Mothra says, again, Tommaso owes Mama a huge thank you. I don't know. Babs Red says, not her. Too risky. Look how big she is. She is a large girl. All right? She's not fat. She is a tall girl. And look how she literally is like a giant over that person. Let's look back at that. Sort of round-shouldered. Yeah, she curves her body like an older person. Cam has a private plane, says the old gray goat. Nikki says, please remember to hit the like button. So you guys, it is time. We're going to go over there. I'm going to pull some cards. What activity did Savannah do? Let me switch this up. Let's go get the one that's next. Let me see what we've got. We got this one. Well, over here. How do I point like that? It's so weird. No. There. I have to point at my window. Now, remember. Okay, so, because I can't see it, you can. This is what we're doing next. And if that's not your thing, that's fine. I will see you again very soon. Let me know what you think. I'm just providing information. I'm not drawing assumptions. I'm not saying it's her. I'm saying, what do you think? What do you think? I can't wait to hear your answers. All right, my lovelies, with that being said, thank you for the likes. Thank you for the hyping after our video is live. Thank you for everything that you do. You guys are incredible. I appreciate you in every way. Thank you for letting me be the voice for the voiceless. You do that because you're supportive, and your support gives me an A+ on YouTube, allowing me to continue to do this on a regular basis. All right, lovelies, are you ready? We're going to do the time warp. And then, after I do my reading, we're going to come back again for a third live. So this is 1 of 3. We'll do 2 of 3 next. And then on 3 of 3, we're going to break it up today. We're going to start it off for the first few minutes with just our private eyes, members only. And then, after a few minutes, we're going to hand it over to all the subscribers, all in the same live. How about that? And you'll be able to ask whatever you want. Big Q&A. All right, my loves, make sure and check out 1111dex.com, where you can get this amazing True Crime Junkie exclusive design sold at 1111dex.com. Mama D shop. I'm so in love with this. And you guys, we got so many surprises coming. You see my hat? I got even a cooler one coming. Because I didn't like this one. It was a little bit smaller on the front. I wanted it a little bigger. I wanted it black. I like it. I might give it away, though. Will you be the winner? That will be Wednesday. All right, my loves, with that being said, thank you for absolutely everything. And I will see you again very soon. Bye for now.
The dust I was born, to the dirt I shall return when my eyes are closed. In the shadows, my enemies will think they won, but I am here to stay. Destiny will overcome. No, I am not afraid. Like a phoenix in the night, my soul rise. From the darkness to the light, I feel alive. I'm a fire, burning bright, I'll never die. Like a phoenix.